Hello everyone, welcome back to math again. Today is day 1 of solving for tomato. So without further ado, let's go. A worker suffers a 20% cut in wages. He regains his original pay by obtaining a rise of how much percentage? First, let's assume that the initial wage, the original wage, is 100 rupees. So he got a cut of 20% and 20% of 100 is 20 rupees. So then after the cut he has new wage. New wage is 100 minus 20, that is 80. So the new wage for him is 80 rupees after the cut. To make 80 into 100, we must have an increase of the wage percentage. That percentage is what we have to find here. To get back to 100, we must increase 20 rupees. And 20 is what percentage of 80? 20 is 25% of 80. So 25% is the answer. So what we done is, to find the percentage, we assume that the original wage is 100 rupees. After the cut, the new wage is 80 rupees. To get back to 100, we must increase a 20. Increase the new wage by 20. And 20 is what percentage of 80? 20 is 20 by 80 into 100, that is 1 by 4 into 100, that is 25. So the answer is 25%. Answer is C, option C. On to the next question. If M men can do a job in D days, then the number of days in which M plus R men can do the job is. So we have a total work. Total work is always constant, no matter how many men and how many days it takes. Total work is, initially it was M into D, that is number of men into number of days. Now let's assume, let X be the number of days. Number of days that M plus R men works. No matter how many days, the total work is still the same. So what can we say? M plus R into X is equal to M into D. Then X equal to MD by M plus R. That is the answer. So option D is the answer, MD by M plus R. On to the next question. A boy walks from his home to school at 6 km per hour. He walks back at 2 km per hour. His average speed is in kilometer per hour. We must find the average speed the boy walks. So here, to find the average speed, we must not add 6 plus 2 by, we must not do the usual average method, but we must use the harmonic mean method. That is the harmonic mean formula. That is because since the boy walks the same distance but takes more amount of time. If he walks from home to school, he uses 6 km per hour. So it takes less amount of time, but when he walks back, he is taking 2 km per hour, and that takes more time. When this distance is same and the time is different, we use harmonic mean formula. In harmonic mean formula, average speed is calculated by 2 V1 V2 by V1 plus V2. So let's substitute the values. 2 into 6 into 2 by 6 plus 2, that is 24 by 8, that is 3 km per hour. So the answer is option A, 3 km per hour. The fourth question is about this, almost the same as the third question. A car travels from P to Q at 30 km per hour and returns from Q to P at 40 km per hour by the same route. Its average speed is what we must find as nearest to. Here again we use same distance but different time is taken from P to Q and Q to P. So what we will use? We use the harmonic mean formula to find the average speed. 2v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. That is, we substitute the values. 2 into v1 is 30 into 40 by 30 plus 40. That is equal to 2400 by 70. That is almost 34.28 km per hour. We can say that it is nearest to 34. So option B is the right answer, 34. Next question. A man invests rupees 10,000 for a year. Of this, rupees 4,000 is invested at the interest rate of 5% per year, rupees 3,500 at 4% per year, and the rest at alpha percentage per year. His total interest for the year is rupees 500. We must find what is alpha. To find that, we already have that he invests 10,000 rupees, and each part is invested separately. Some part is that is 4,000 is invested separately, and 3,500 is again invested separately. So we must find what is the remaining principal. Remaining principal, that is equal to 10,000 minus 4,000 minus 3,500. What will it be? 2,500. And for interest 1, that is for the first investment, he has 5% of 4,000. What will be 5% of the 4,000 is 200. For interest 2, we have 4% of 3,500. By 100 of 3,500 is 140, and we must add this as subtotal interest, that is 200 plus 140 is 340. We have total interest is 500 rupees. So what will be the remaining interest? That is 500 minus 340 is 160. So this alpha percentage of the remaining value is 160. That is alpha percentage of 2,500 is 160. So what will alpha be? 160 into 100 by 2,500 is 6.4. So the answer is option C, 6.4. The next question is, let x1, x2, etc. x100 be positive integers such that xi plus xi plus 1 equal to k for all I, where k is a constant. If x10 is 1, then the value of x1 is. So we must find the value of x1. We have been provided that xi plus xi plus 1 equal to k for all I. So what can we say? That we can say that x1 plus x2 equal to k, x2 plus x3 equal to k, and so on. We just take the first two equation, x1 plus x2 equal to k equal to x2 plus x3. So on both sides we have x2, so x2 can be cancelled, which implies x1 equal to x3. In similar way, if we take the next two equation, we can say that x3 equal to x5, and so on. So the odd integers, the suffixes which are odd numbers will be same. In similar manner, if we take x2 plus plus x3 equal to x3 plus x4, as it is the next equation, x3 plus x4 equal to k. If we take these two equations, we can say that x2 equal to x4, and in similar manner that is equal to x6, that is equal to x8, that is equal to x10, and it is given that x10 is equal to 1. So what can we say? If we take the first equation, x1 plus x2 equal to k and x2 equal to 1, we can say that x1 equal to k minus 1. So the answer is option B, x1 equal to k minus 1. Okay, 7th question. If a0 equal to 1, a1 equal to 1 and an equal to an minus 1, an minus 2 plus 1 for n greater than 1, then we must find what is a465 and a466. So it is given that a0 equal to 1, a1 equal to 1. To find a2, we must write 1 into 1 plus 1. Isn't that right? A2 equal to a1 into a0 plus 1. That is what is given in the equation. So it will be 2. And a3 equal to 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 3. a4 equal to 3 into 2 plus 1, that is 7. a5 equal to 7 into 3 plus 1, that is 22, and so on. If we check the parity, that is whether it is even or odd, we can say that a0 is odd, here a1 is odd, it is even, odd, odd, even. So we get a pattern, that is odd, odd, even, and it continues, odd, odd, even, odd, odd, even. And this forms a sequence. We can say that if n is of the form 3k plus 2, since we have only three types of parities, that is after 3 it repeats, so we can write 3k plus 2, it will be even. We can check if we put k equal to 0, we have n equal to 2, so a2 equal to even. If k equal to 1, we have 3 plus 2, that is 5, that is even. So if we continue and put for other values of k, we can say that when n is 3k plus 2, the an is even, then otherwise it is odd. So we just have to check for 465 and 466. 465 can be written as 3 into 155. So it is not of the form 3k plus 2. It is of the form 3k. So it will be odd. Here we have 3 into 155 plus 1. And it is not of the form 3k plus 2. Then it will be again odd. So the answer is option B, 466 is A466 is odd, and A465 is odd, and A466 is odd. I hope there is no doubt about this. For n equal to 3k plus 2, an is even. Otherwise, an is odd. We are not checking whether 465 or 466 is even or odd. We are checking whether they are of the form 3k plus 2 or not. I hope this is clear. The question is that two trains of equal length L travels at speeds v1 and v2 miles per hour in opposite directions. Take t seconds to cross each other. Then we have to find the length of the train. In feet, so we must first find the length and we must convert it into feet. Since it's given, the speeds are given in miles per hour, and hint is also given that 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So to find the relative speed, since they are crossing, the trains are crossing each other in opposite direction, we can say that relative velocity is v1 plus v2. Since they are in opposite direction, if they are forming in same direction, we will be using v1 minus v2. Okay, so by the first step we will be converting this miles per hour to feet per second. So how will we convert it? v1 plus v2 is in miles per hour. To convert it into feet, we can say we can multiply by 5280 by, and this is in hours. To convert it into seconds, we will divide by 60 minutes into 60 seconds. Alright, then by multiplying, okay, by cancelling out some values, we can say that this is 22 by 50. And total distance covered by two trains, since they have to cross each other, it will be L plus L. Both have the length L, so the distance covered will be 2L. And distance is equal to speed into time. So we can say that 2L equal to 22 by 15 v1 plus v2. This is the speed we have derived into time is t. So L will be 11 by 15 v1 plus v2 into t. So the answer is option C, 11 v1 plus v2 t by 15. Thanks for watching everyone. Follow for more problem solving sessions. Bye.